What is going on, guys? Taylor Stuber with Locks DFS.com, bringing my first edition of Taylor's Takes. I think that's what I'm going to call it, where I just give out my cash game the core players I'm playing in all my lineups in the NFL. For this Week 9 slate, it's a 10-game slate. Getting later into the year, I mean, NFL is always so highly anticipated. Then it goes by in the blink of an eye, which is pretty sad because I love this sport very much so. Like always, please follow me on Twitter at Taylor Stuber. Shoot me some questions. DM me. I try to get to as many as I possibly can. NBA, NFL questions, I don't care. You can ask me personal questions. I really don't care. Love interacting with you guys. And as always, we are running that giveaway still. All you have to do is subscribe and comment below with your favorite play of this slate. And we will give away the winner on Sunday, every Sunday. And you will be selected to win an NFL, NBA, or NHL package. They range from $150 to $250, and it's free to enter, so why not? So at first glance, everyone knows it's the Rams are playing the Saints in New Orleans. Game total opened at 60, and at first glance, it's like, wow, two great explosive offenses against mediocre defenses. Going to be a shootout. While I do think there will be scores in this game, I think the under on the 60 was almost inevitable. These teams are hyper-efficient run-first teams. The way they game plan is to run the ball and have short passes that are efficient. So the game clock's going to be moving the entire time. I think you should worry about almost all of the drives that are going to be touchdowns are going to end up being 7-8 minute drives, just draining the entire clock. I wouldn't be surprised if it hit way under, just because the clock is going to be ticking off the entire time. But nonetheless, I still like plays in this game for sure. I'm not a dummy. I think everyone's foaming at the mouth to play Drew Brees and Jared Goff at 6.1K and 6K, and I'm just not about it. I'd way rather go to Cam Newton or Patrick Mahomes, find the money. And with all these trades going around there, it opened up so much volume, and it's pretty easy to fit those guys in. Like I said with Drew Brees, I said it earlier in the year, everyone wants to think that Drew Brees is Drew Brees of years past. And while the skill level might still be there, the scheme is not. You got to adapt, and it's just not the same. Drew Brees with Mark Ingram back. Okay, so let's look at these first three games when Mark Ingram was suspended. They didn't have the luxury of being able to run it all the time with Alvin Kamara because they like to keep his touches limited. 45, 35, 49 times. Like, if I was getting that many pass attempts for 6.1K against the Rams, I would take that all day. But look, once Ingram came back, 32, 29, 30, 23. I mean, this is how many times he's going to be passing the ball. And if he's not scoring touchdowns, he's going to bust hard. And you don't want to be on that train. The guy I'm looking at in this game on the Saints is Alvin Kamara. I don't get it. I truly just don't understand where people are getting this from. People were paying more than 9K for Alvin Kamara at the beginning of the year, expecting to get 17 to 20 touches. That's what he's getting right now. And he's priced at 7.3K. And his touches are more efficient now. He gets all of the touches in the red zone. He gets the goal line work. He gets all the passing down work in between the 20s. The only thing that Mark Ingram steals from him is some carries from in between the 20s. He's getting the passing game. I'll reiterate, he's getting the passing game. He's getting all the red zone work. He's getting all the goal line work. He has the highest touchdown equity on this team. They're projected to be favored in this game. They're projected for, no, they're not, but they're projected for 27.75 points. I mean, it kind of just seems like a no-brainer play to me. Everyone was drooling over it when he was 9K at the beginning of the year. And he's getting the same amount of touches, so I don't know how you don't go back to him, and he's 8K over here on FanDuel. It's such a no-brainer play to me. And then on the other side, obviously Todd Gurley, since Sean McVay has been the coach, has gotten no less than 17 touches a game. He's scored no less than 25 fantasy points this year, 11.2K. I think I can find the money to find it over here on FanDuel, but on DraftKings, they dropped his price at 9.5K. I don't know what they're doing. You play Gurley, you play Kamara in a 57.5 game total. You're going to have the highest touchdown equity. It's almost inevitable that they're going to score 2 to 3 touchdowns combined. Those are my favorite running backs. That's my core running backs right there. Another running back I like is Theo Riddick. He is in now, and I assume he's going to take his job right back, or his role right back in the receiving game. And we've seen in years past, whenever Golden Tate is out, everyone wants to go to the receivers, which I do think there's a big bump to Kenny Golladay and Marvin Jones against Minnesota. But I think the matchup to target here is the Minnesota linebackers, very slow, immobile linebackers. So he's going to get a lot of the work in the slot. And he's just Golden Tate. If we go over to air yards, which, by the way, to add on to the Alvin Kamara thing, he has a 25% target share, which is incredible for a running back. Let's go over to Detroit. Golden Tate had a 27% target share. They're going to have to spread that around. And Marvin Jones and Galladay, they don't run slot routes. It's going to be Theo Riddick. And Theo Riddick's priced down to 3.8K. 3.8K against a Minnesota team, like I said, has immobile linebackers. And they should be behind. So I expect him to be playing a lot more than Kerryon Johnson. I love this play immensely. I love it. Those 3 running backs, I wouldn't be surprised if I had all 3 in on my DraftKings cash lineup. Other plays I like is obviously Courtland Sutton. I won't go into it too much. I'm sure you can watch it on Addy's Action, his GPP video. He's been talking about it every week since week 3. Play Courtland Sutton, breakout games coming. And he's been amazing this year. Just skill-wise out on the field. You saw Chris Harris just say that he didn't know how Courtland Sutton wasn't a top 10 pick. But now Demaryius Thomas is gone. If we go over here to air yards, let's look at Denver's target share, how that broke down. Demaryius Thomas had a 19% target share. So going to have to spread it around. And I would imagine it all goes to Courtland Sutton. The other wide receivers are not very good at all. They run a lot of 2 wide receiver sets with 2 tight ends. I think the same thing is going to happen this week. And he's just going to be the chalk of the chalk. You don't want to miss out on it. It's different than these other cheap wide receiver plays that we've been having that have like low ADOT, our possession receivers and stuff. Like Courtland Sutton's upside is crazy just because of his build and profile. I know Case Keenum's throwing him the ball. That's the biggest concern with this. But Keenum has had a few good games this year. And now that he doesn't have Chad Kelly breathing down his neck, I think he's a bit more loose, playing a bit better as of late. Courtland Sutton, look at his air yards, 533. It was right behind Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders. I mean, it's seemingly every week he's just he's very close to having a big game. And now with his opportunity, it seems hard for that not to happen. Another cheap receiver I'm going with this week is DJ Moore. Targets coming up, getting 6 targets the last couple of weeks. Now Torrey Smith is out, who commanded a somewhat surprisingly decent target share and opens more things up for DJ Moore. Torrey Smith had a 13% target share, and they've just been using DJ Moore, and they're playing Tampa Bay, so the worst pass defense in the league. I think Cam Newton, Noah Turner scheme something up, and I think they hang up 35-plus points on this team. I think the Ravens, I've thought this for the last couple of weeks, that the Ravens have the best defense in the league, and the Panthers just torched them. Imagine what they could do to Tampa Bay. And it's really a price thing for me. 4.3K. And I'm likely going to play Cam Newton, so it matches up well. Let's throw in the plays that I was talking about and then see how much money we have. Just to give you an idea of what I'm running. But things are obviously going to change. And then you play a defense, quarterback, another wide receiver, another tight end. Going to leave the rest for my Locks DFS members. Good luck. It's hard to fit in Todd Gurley as much as I want on FanDuel. Last week I faded him. I still won while fading him just because we had Kareem Hunt, James Conner, Mixon, like those kind of guys held it down for us. Yeah, Sun and DJ Moore's prices on FanDuel are really cheap, but on DraftKings they're just kind of no-brainer plays. And I think their ownership's going to be high, but the fact that they're not 100% gives you edge. And I always tell myself that, even though a guy is chalky, especially in cash games, there's going to be people out there that aren't going to play, and it's going to be a mistake on their part. So yeah, good luck this week. Please follow me on Twitter at Taylor Stuber. Ask me some questions. And yeah, if you like the video, please like it, please subscribe, please comment. Good luck, and until next video, peace.